Okay, everybody. We're rolling. We're rolling. Sorry for the silence. I know it always trips people up when I first get started. Oh my gosh, she's not speaking. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Whatever will we do? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Eric. Welcome in. Let's see if this will let me do this real quick. Did somebody already become a member? Hold on, hold on, hold on. What is happening? I haven't even got my start at something. Oh, Paul, thank you for letting your sub renew, and thank you for being a member for 3 months. That is so awesome. I appreciate that. Shout out Paul in the chat. Welcome in for 3 months. Appreciate it. Oh, the dance was not good. That was just me doing a white girl dance or something. Eddie, you are most welcome for the internet. Do not forget, guys, it was my internet, as was told to me by a caller. Also, W No Name, for also being a sub for, or a member for 3 months as well. Yeah. If you guys want to join the Cool People Club or something, hit that membership button, you know? Become a subscriber, become a super fan, do all of the wonderful things. Howdy, 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 Bishop. Phoenix, Potato, Mnemonic. Hello, hello. Cabin, Jim. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. That required a moment of don't look at me, cause yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Hello, hello. Also. Yeah, I'm aware. I wasn't trying to sound like I was actually a part of the theme song. So, oh, that was sad. Like, I wasn't trying. I was just doing it to do it. So, I mean, Pokemon. Hey, Dolores. Oh, I was gonna type stuff in. Let's just go ahead and do this. All right. We're gonna do this today. All right. This is gonna happen. The shares we haven't hit once on the TikTok streets. So I would love to be able to actually hit that share goal. But I mean, they should be meaningful shares, right? I don't think that's what they were saying, Potato. They did they then went and said still love ya. So, you know, there's that. I don't think that they were being cruel about it, so. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey Moose. Hey Kramer. How's everybody doing? Jody! Hello, I hope you've been doing okay. I don't remember enough of the... I'm not adding that in there, but it's just a statement though, Lala. You know what I mean? I don't think I remember much of the Pokemon theme song, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't make it a habit to remember theme songs. I will say, I don't know if this was actually ever a ring tone or anything like that, but I just always have it in my head of going ring, ring, ring. Is that it? No. Yeah, ring, 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 progressive. Like, was that actually a thing for progressive? I totally get that, Hinata. My favorite Pokemon. Suicune or Umbreon. Espeon? Yeah. I got that. I just don't remember all the words to the Pokemon theme song. I don't know about that one. Yes, I know. Ring, 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 banana phone. But see, that goes on and on and on and on and on. Why is that just not showing up here? Test. No worries. Home. Why is that just not working? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Time to get everything rocking and rolling. Oi. All right. I never played any Pokemon game past Gen 3, and I stopped watching Pokemon after Gen 1, I think. So there is that as well. I don't know what to tell you on that one. While I do love me some Pokemon, I stayed with the classics. Ooh. That would work, Mew. I'm good with that. I definitely stuck with the classics. I don't know. I'm a stickler for some things like that. Okay, well, this just is not working correctly for whatever reason, so I guess I'm just gonna have to go old school on this one again. Pop out. All right, that's aggravating. Whatever. I don't... Oh, hey, Corey, I see you come in. We were talking Pokemon. I don't really know why, Donovan. I don't know how that got started. But I'm just rolling with it. What's going on? I just see a chat. Oh, yes. Yes, they can definitely be that way. Let me make sure that option is on. Do. Yeah, it should be on there as well. Okay, perfection. Yeah, I know exactly which one that is. I don't. But I'm sure it's awesome. Ah. Why TikTok already being silly? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you? 34. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. And what exactly has Donald Trump done in this term of his presidency to earn your continued support?
I like what he's done with the border, and I also think the tax rewrite, or the one big beautiful bill with the taxes. I like that. I think he's gonna help put more money into Americans' pockets. I think it takes a little bit of time. I think people want it to happen overnight, and I think that what he's doing just is gonna eventually catch up. I'm optimistic about it. I think fuel prices are finally starting to come down a little bit. But I think he's right now doing a pretty good job. I like also, I do like locking down. I know I already said this, but with the borders, and I know it sounds controversial, but with the drug votes, I mean, I think imposing a strong military presence like that, I think it sends a message, and I personally agree with that.
Oh.
I know you probably hate him, right?
Hate is a strong word.
Dislike.
Yeah, no, I just don't agree with the president that does stupid shit. To just put it plainly, I can agree that some things that he's done right? So, for
Yeah,
example, I believe
that's cool.
the similar to what you said, the extension of the tax deduction on the lower to middle class being permanent, absolutely a great thing. The no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, while it is worded incorrectly and it's not true
It
and it's
is.
misleading to people,
It is. It
it is
is.
a
I
great
totally
start.
agree with you.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
good start.
it
It's
is
just
misworded.
unfortunately
But
simply just not far. It's not reaching enough. Like, and it also is only good for 3 years.
you know what? You're absolutely you make a great point with it being misworded, and I'm making a for me in my little little with my shekels, I'm making a strong amount of overtime this year, and then like if
Mhm.
you break down how much I'm actually going to get back in taxes because it's only the half of the time and a half.
Yeah.
It's it's almost really not going to make. I hate to say this, but it really is almost not going to make that great of a difference. But I think handing a few hundred extra bucks to everybody that's in my shoes is at least a step in the a better direction. Especially if fuel prices continue to drop. That's little things will add up. Um, Now, I haven't watched your stream too much, but I appreciate you picking up and everything. And
Yeah.
it seems like I don't know. Anytime I kind of watch it, it seems like I don't know. I think people call in and kind of they might give you a hard time or something, but you seem very reasonable. And I'm gonna let the next caller call in, but I appreciate you. You have a good night.
All right, man. You too.
All right.
Bye. Okay. I'll take it. I will always take a civil conversation. Yeah. Boop the screen over on the tiki-talkie side. All right. We should be at 25,000 likes in the next 10 minutes or less. Realistically, we need to do more than that because come on, we got this huge number to meet. All right. Yeah, he did. He knew more than a lot did, and I'm glad that he looked into some things. I really appreciate that. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? Are you still supporting Donald Trump? What year did you graduate high school? Yes. It's not really a sweater, it's a long sleeve shirt. But that's cool. I like how it looks, right? I like the little pattern. Well, let's see. There's a bunch of interesting stuff happened in the news. Wait, dang, I should not have been in here still. Okay. All right, let me go to this. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Awesome. How old are you? Dude, you called yesterday. I can't have you on air. Nope. Have a good one, my guy. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? Why do you keep trying to put on a fake accent? All right, well, you want to do that, go ahead. Yeah, do whatever you want. I don't really care. We're just gonna. Oh, so listen, I am gonna point this out to everybody. Like, I saw this today. I don't. Let me be clear. When I put this up here, I don't really agree with it, but I will say I did find it funny to see. So let me put this on screen for everyone. This is not, it's a couple of days old, so some of you may have already seen this. But this is what it was about. Absolutely not. I don't want your notifications. Go away. So a church put up a put up a depiction, right, where it was showing baby Jesus zip tied by ice. Again, I'm not saying like I'm not endorsing this. I did just kind of find it funny as a different way to illustrate what's all going on. Oh, wait. How do I get to the full story? This is annoying. Oh, I'm not doing that. I think it shows the picture. So this was the picture. They also put the Virgin Mary in a gas mask. And it's just the oh gosh, the wise men or ice officer. Like it's just all very interesting, like what they did there. I don't know, just it was funny to read. Like originally. It was very funny to read. Again, I'm not saying it's anything. Okay, Donnie, I got you. I'll check after live. I'm not saying I agree with it, but it was funny to me. I'm not saying it's the best look, right? But it was funny. I don't even know why you're still here or you're still talking. Goodness me. Let me find a couple of other ones that I saw today. Oh man. Oh yeah, actually let's go ahead and look this up real quick. Copy, we'll put this up on the screen. Thank you for all of the jewels that are coming in. I appreciate that. It is a very sad place. But that's okay. It just kind of happens. All right, let me put this up on the screen. I wonder if it's updated at all. Let's see. So the United States intercepted an oil tanker, and they're basically being like, we're going to hold on to this. And now Venezuela is accusing the US of piracy after the oil tanker was seized off the coast. It's just so, I don't even understand like why they're doing all this, right? So here we go. We'll just read the summary. I know it's kind of hard to read. I hate all the ads. Oh, okay, finally. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Oh, okay. Oh, man. All right, so U.S. says that it seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. We just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large one. The largest one seized, actually. So I did watch Donald Trump actually say that. It was just so, like, the largest one ever seized, actually. Everything has to be the largest thing ever when it comes to Donald Trump and his speeches. It's just very weird to me. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Alrighty. So anyway, I'm just going to continue reading through this. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the tanker has been sanctioned for many years due to its involvement in illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations. I need to look into that one. All right, let's see. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? I mean, you kind of sound like you're in a wind tunnel. Yeah. I did not even hear anything you just said. I mean, when you're not speaking for some
Let me
reason, it's
continue.
so much better.
Okay, so it's gonna rain. Let me hurry this up. Can you just with the money and so just and then pay me back?
No one can hear you, my guy. That person, that was bad. If you're wondering why I do that, that's why. You want to hear all of that? You want to hear the That's what that was. Let me move to the corner. Maybe that'll be better. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? All right. Okay. Hey guys, can we get one more heart me on the TikTok streets? There is a point that whenever the trolls call me, I'm just going to leave them up until they decide to hang up on their own or someone real calls in, which is why I'm just going through and talking to you guys about the news while they're not able to be. Oh, this guy hung up. Perfect. While you guys can't hear them. All right. So we'll go ahead and continue on with reading through some of the news. Oh, thank you. Oh no, here we go. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. Here we go. Do love that one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? 27. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? All right. Well, you're not my target audience, but I do appreciate you. You have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thank you, Sin, for all of the jewels. I don't know why it's not letting me like put this on here. We thank you for all the jewels as well. I appreciate you guys so much. There we go. All right, so let's lay down the rules of the live. If you are not over the age of 18, do not call the phone number on the screen. If you are not a staunch supporter in Donald Trump, do not call the number on the screen. If you are just here to argue, go somewhere else. Other people will have an argument with you. I would like to have a conversation. If you come up here and you be a certain type of way, I will in fact return the same energy that you give me right back to you. And I'm sure you'll cry about it because that's what you do. So it's kind of just what happens. Is somebody still like spamming? I don't know. I hope all of that helps. I don't know what else to tell you there. Yeah, they hate it when I match energy. They really, really do. All right. Well, he can do all of that. Yeah, literally let me help you. Let Lala help explain to you guys over on the TikTok streets. Guys, again, I just want to put that out there. Like, if you guys are so kind on TikTok to help fill up my gift gallery, that is the best way to help support me in continuing to do this. If you guys are watching over on the Purple app and over on the tubes, remember we have super chats, memberships, bits, subscriptions, all available on all platforms. And over on TikTok, guys, friendly reminder that Superfan memberships are 50% off for the month of December. And guys, let's go ahead and tap the screen. We should already be at 50,000 likes in the next 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and get those likes up there as well. That'll help bring people in as well so we can continue to have these conversations, because I know you guys aren't just here to hear me talk. So there is that part. All right. Oh, wow. Ooh. Thank you, Dawn. Hi, are you there? Rhonda. Knock, knock. Okay. Well, we'll just put this up here right now so you guys don't think I'm ignoring you. I think it's this one. No, that's one of them. Here you guys go. I do things. That just so you guys know, I see you. I see you. All right. Okay. I don't know why like TikTok keeps changing my message on my gift goal. It's quite annoying, to be honest. It keeps being like, help me achieve my first goal. And I keep putting in the same message and it keeps changing it. So let's go back to this. It's a mechanical keyboard. I love it, if I'm being honest. Oh yeah, I remember what I was doing. Let's see. Coast Guard with the Department Executive search warrant. Oh, apparently, at least Pam Bondi is saying that they had a search warrant for this oil tanker. But I want to see her claim backed up by the sanctions. But I can't find. Let's find this. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? 29. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? Yeah. So you don't support Donald Trump? All right, Pookie. Have a good one, my guy. Yes, that's a good point. I forgot about that. I gotta do that. Hold on. Yes, thank you guys all coming in from the Dougie raid. If you have biased news sources and don't know what to do, go to Ground News, Linktree in bio, or use code Mermaid Ari 877 Ground News now. There we go. That was cute. That was fun. I don't know. I just do things, okay? I be doing things, doing the things, doing all the things. Also, guys, if you have not sent in your daily heart me, be sure to go ahead and send that in now. Let's see. Why are you making me do things, guys? You know how long this takes? It's gonna give me a message. Yeah, I know. Tell me. Remind me how to do it. 1 second. That was the same person that's calling. They're so boring. Anyway. Yes, thank you for all the Doug raids coming in. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to like do 6 million different things at once. You guys are giving me too much to do. I hate doing all this stuff. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? 24. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? What exactly has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
He's done really well with immigration and I guess our southern border.
Okay. So like what specifically has he done when it comes to immigration and the southern border?
He's drastically stopped the flow of drugs and illegal substances into our country.
Okay. I guess.
Do you disagree?
I believe that slowing down illegal substances coming into the country is absolutely a good thing. I just don't know that he's actually done anything effectively to cause that to occur.
So what about the executive order you signed for $2 billion in border wall to be built?
Sure. Can an executive order spend money?
It can.
Actually, it cannot.
It can, actually.
No. Do you know how money is spent in the United States of America?
I do. Do you?
Yeah, it's actually Article 1 of the United States Constitution. What does Article 1 dictate?
It dictates that Congress controls the purse of the United States.
Congress controls the
but
purse
no,
of the
but
United States of
you're forgetting about our
America.
amendment of the Constitution.
Fantastic.
You don't let people talk to explain the reason.
Fantastic.
You
I'm
have
glad.
no reason.
Okay, so which one? I'm sorry, let's try this. How many amendments of the United States Constitution are there?
There's 16.
When was there 16 amendments to the United States
I don't
Constitution?
actually know how many amendments there are, but
Gotcha. But you're going to tell me which constitutional
okay, but
amendment.
you're gonna allow these rapists and and these people that sell drugs into our country, right? You agree with that then? That's what you're
I didn't
saying.
say that at
'Cause
all.
you're-
Do you see how, like,
then
I
why
asked
don't
you a
you-
question that you don't know the answer to? So then you try to
But you're
divert the
not
conversation
defending your-
to.
So do you
But no, I
disagree then
wanted
with
to
Trump's
ask you. That's
immigration
not what I
policy?
said
Do you
at all.
disagree with
Oh
Trump's
my
immigration
God. I love how
policy?
you do this. Anyways, I love how people do this. All right.
Okay, sorry.
So
go.
you wanted to go ahead and tell me which constitutional amendments, 1
Okay, so
through
I don't
16.
know. I don't know. I'm telling you now, I don't
Say
know.
that. Okay.
I lied. So let's move on. Let's get to the core subject
So
of
there
it.
is no constitutional amendment that says the president can spend money that's not appropriated by Congress.
I get it, but why don't you agree with Trump's border policies?
Why? Because the deportation process is not being handled in a humane manner, and we already know that.
How is it inhumane?
Have you not seen all the videos from multiple angles? Like, for example, of like a woman that is 9
Give me an
months
example.
pregnant.
Yep.
I'm giving you one. 9 months pregnant, being dragged through the parking lots, and being told multiple, like the agents were being told multiple times. Guess what? That she was pregnant, and she was 9 months pregnant. She was obviously pregnant, and they were dragging her by her arms.
Yes, because she was refusing, and she if you look at that
So
same
that's
report you're
appropriate?
talking about,
So I just want to be
yes.
clear. So
No,
why
she
wouldn't you?
battered the
Why
police
wouldn't
officer
you?
first.
She
That's the reason
battered
why
them.
force was
That's
used.
not.
She hit
I've
the
seen
police
the
officer
entire
first.
video. People
Read
have
the
like.
report. Just read the report. She hit the
Oh,
police
ICE
officer
doesn't
first.
lie. ICE doesn't lie.
Read the
Does
report.
ICE lie? Does ICE lie in their reports?
No, yes,
Does they do?
Yes,
Are
some
you
of them do,
familiar
but
with
there's video,
Miramar
it's videos. Have
Martinez?
you not seen the
Miramar
videos?
Martinez?
You haven't looked at the video.
Miramar
Haven't looked at the
Martinez.
video.
I have
There's
actually.
video.
I've watched all of it.
Okay, then you
I've
would
watched
know
it
that
from
that girl
multiple
battered
angles.
the
She
police
did
officer and
not.
got drugged to the
She
ground
did
for her
not.
punching her in the
Miramar
face.
Martinez.
Yes.
Miramar
not lying.
Martinez.
Look at the video
Miramar
then.
Martinez.
You
Miramar
have no
Martinez.
clue what the hell you're talking about.
Miramar Martinez. Are you familiar with her name?
Yes, I am familiar with her name.
Okay, tell me her case then.
I don't know her case.
You don't,
like her case
but you
number?
know her name. If you don't know her name, just say I don't know it.
I know her name.
Okay, so why am I bringing up her name?
Because she was a legal immigrant that got deported to the United States unwrongfully, quote unquote.
No, that's not it at all. So you don't know her case.
Okay, is she not? Okay, well, I guess it's undocumented immigrant to you.
Oh, nope, still wrong.
Okay, then what would you call her? Give me your definition.
Oh, Miramar Martinez is a legal immigrant.
She's a legal immigrant from Ukraine. I'm sorry, I didn't mean illegal, but she got raped. She was a victim. Yes, I
Nope,
know.
incorrect. You're still all wrong. See, this is why I'm like saying, if you don't know, please just say, I don't know.
he it's not a she actually, it's a he, and he raped a victim. Yes, that's what
Oh,
happened.
Miramar Martinez, that is a woman.
Okay, then we're not talking about the same people.
Yeah, Miramar is a woman's name.
So then I'm not familiar with the case. I'm talking about
Then just
the
say I
Manhattan Art Train
don't know.
incident.
Gosh, see, this is another thing that I'm like
Well, I'm
really
not
trying to
familiar with the name.
normalize. See,
Okay, then
exactly.
George Gonzalez
Exactly.
Who's George
That's what I'm
Gonzalez?
trying to say. Like, if
I'm
you
gonna
don't
say
know,
random names and
just
you won't
say
know them either.
I
Who's George
don't
Gonzalez?
know.
Who's George
If
Gonzalez?
you
He's
don't
an
know,
illegal
just say
immigrant that
I don't
raped and killed
know.
someone on a New York
All you
train,
gotta
a
do is
subway
just say I
train.
don't know. That's all you
In
have to
April
do. Why is that
2025.
so
Do you know
hard
who
to
that is?
do?
Who's Greenwich?
Holy
Who's
shit. No,
Muhammad
I don't
Asman?
know all
The
that.
person
No.
that stabbed
Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and explain this one real quick. So Miramar Martinez is a woman in Chicago, Illinois, where the ICE officer, stopped her car from advancing, like literally pulled in front of her car. Body cam footage that was showed to the judge showed all of this, right? So pulled in front of her car and shot at her, and she was unarmed, right? Just so you know, that's who Miramar Martinez was. But instead, in his report, he put that A, she hit his car. And then B, that the claim was she pulled a weapon on the ICE officer. Well, it came to find out, right? Through body cam footage and then his own social media posts, because the ICE officer thought it would be a great idea to go on his own social media and make a joke saying like, I'm that good of a shot that I put
Okay,
5
that's
holes
awful.
in her. I
That's
put 5
awful,
holes
yeah.
in her. I did 5 shots
I
and put
agree with you,
7
that's
holes in
awful.
her. Right?
I
And
agree
so
with you,
then
that's awful.
the case got thrown out because they shot a legal immigrants. Again, ICE lies on their reports. That's why I love the fact that we have citizens that are recording
but
the incidents.
I
How
get
about
it.
the
I
incident
understand
where
that.
ICE
So you
officers
don't
are
let me talk now, or you're
actively
just gonna keep
removing
talking over me?
clothing
See, you're not gonna
of
let
people
anyone
that
prove a
they're
point
trying
because
to
you just
deport?
keep talking and you
Can
don't
you
let
not
anyone else
agree?
talk.
Well, let's try this. Sorry. Oh,
I
she
do- I
was.
said I
Sorry.
agreed with
Thank you.
3 separate times.
Oh my gosh. Can you agree with? Sorry, she was a United States citizen.
I
That
already
was
said
my
I agree
bad.
with you.
No, can you? You don't know what I'm trying to ask you. I'm going to ask you a different
I agree
question.
with that point. She should now get shot, and I agree ICE lies in the reports.
No, I wasn't going to ask that question.
Okay, then what are you going to ask?
Do you agree that that action is immoral or wrong?
Yes, of course. I agree with
Cool.
my same statement that points back to that. But that
So
does
why
not
hasn't
take
that
out the
ICE
fact
officer faced any kind of punishment for the actions
he
that he
should.
took?
He should.
Mm.
But who's the director? Who's the department director of ICE?
Oh, the department director, isn't that Steve Holman?
Yeah, correct. So,
Yeah, they don't care. Neither does Kristi Noem. I want to remind everybody what Donald Trump said. I want to. Oh my gosh, I was literally still in them. Okay. I want to remind everybody what Donald Trump said when he was actually asked about specific incidents of ICE shooting people, ICE dragging people in the streets, and ICE taking off women's clothing in the street. He specifically answered with they're not going far enough.
When did they take off women's clothing in the street?
This was also in Chicago. Again, we had 4 different witnesses that were. Did you just say boo-hoo?
No, I said they did, huh? Like, I'm just
yes,
like
they did. There's 4 different videos from 4 different angles of concerned citizens that are literally yelling at a group of ICE officers, one of them being a woman that's just standing there and kind of like observing, not really engaging. And the ICE officers are literally ripping off her clothing top up as they're dragging her towards a building. Right after they dragged her out of her car. There's also another video of them tackling a nonverbal autistic immigrant.
You just made that
Sir,
up.
you can find all of this. Do I know all of their names? No.
Where? I just did it.
Are you
in Google searched it. I can't find it.
Google is free.
What? It is free. Guess what? I searched everywhere.
So you're gonna say this.
AI
Okay,
bot
so
right
let's
now
see.
to search for it.
We're gonna just do this for you. There is just gonna do this for you. We're just gonna do this. Video. Isn't this funny? I found this in like 2 seconds. I hate ads. I just want to let you know, I found this from the Economic Times in literally 5 seconds. I just want to let you know that after you just said that I'm so wrong, and this goes into all of this, like, yeah, isn't this so funny? I found this in 5 seconds. It's up there. Just want to be clear, you're all like hearing this, right? Because he's saying that he doesn't see it on his screen. I realize I probably shouldn't have had all of that sound on. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to be clear, like, so oh, that's true. Yeah, you guys didn't over here, but the other side, oh no, they wouldn't have heard that either. That's true. I was doing that for a reason. I'm just pointing this out, like, I don't know why. It took 5 seconds to find it. After he just said that, "Oh, I can't find this because I don't know what he's searching for." So that's always fun how that works. We're gonna go ahead and stop that. I don't think we need to wait for the next 3 minutes of that. Yeah, I supported the claim I made. I hope that helps. I understand. So I'm gonna, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna point this out to you that I understand that you like putting words in my mouth that I didn't say. At no point in time did I say that I agree with, quote, illegal immigrants coming across the border, nor did I say that I agree with them, people trafficking illegal substances or anything like that. No point
But
in
that's what's
time did I
happening.
say that.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, that's actually like, and so do American citizens. According to the CBP.gov, 87% of all search and seizures that are performed, that are stopped, are committed by American citizens. Those people that are smuggling drugs across the border illegally are
Which is
American
terrible.
citizens.
The citizens should not
So
have
that's
to.
why it's just the whole point that I'm saying, like, you want to make this whole point, make this whole thing that you want to cry about saying this when it's also American citizens that are 100% the problem. But I don't hear you ever saying anything about them, and that's kind of part of the problem. Which
No,
again, I
it's
just
not.
want to also
It's
point
not.
out to
We have
you,
our
oh
own
my
policy.
God,
It's
it's
hurting
just
me
that
like
you
zero
just,
right now.
okay. We're done. I'm not dealing with that. Guys, I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for being here. Sorry that he just had like no self-control. He had the self-control of a goldfish, and couldn't let me finish any sentence, God forbid. So sorry that I had it muted. I'm actually glad that I had the video muted because, yeah, I think the tubes understands why. Guys, if you guys could, TikTok, we should be finishing out my live goal. The live goal should have already been finished. There's only 4 more left. I haven't gotten a single new member, super chat, bits, or anything over on the tubes or over on Twitch. Guys, that is the easiest, simplest way to support me. And this helps me keep doing this every single day if you are able to do this, or you're able to also send a direct donation to
You're awesome.
my links in the bio. Nikki, so there are terms, and this isn't a debate, this is a conversation, right? So 18 or older, actually support Trump, and don't be a shit poster like the last guy, because that's basically what he was. So thank you for the 2. Well, see, Joe, so my good buddy Joe wants to go combat you and say, don't talk to him. There should not be an echo, Warner. I don't know what I don't give that out. So you would have to send me a private message for that. It was quite easy to find that. It's just a conversation. It's not a debate. A debate requires actual, like, a moderator and everything. Thank you, Steven, so much. Guys, can we get huge W's to Steven for the 20 over on the tubes? I do appreciate that very much. Thank you so much, Steven. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Doing well. How old are you? 38. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? All right, give me just 1 second here. And also thank you as well to Patsy. I appreciate you so much as well for the $4.99. Thank you. All right, so what has Donald Trump done in his 9 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Maybe like the other guy was saying, immigration and border. Because I have a personal problem with drugs coming out over the border and tightening it up.
Okay. So I do agree that addiction and substance abuse is absolutely a problem. Just simply stopping them from coming over one point of entry isn't going to stop the issue entirely. It's not going to fix the root cause, which the root cause is, in fact, addiction.
Well, see, I would agree with you about that, but my whole issue is if there was no drugs here to be addicted to, and then there's no way people can be addicted to that particular drug. So, for example, if you want to use
they'll just
alcohol,
replace it with something else, sir.
No, I said I agree with you on that. So what I'm saying, for example, if you want to use alcohol, people can make alcohol 100%. I got no problem. I can't argue with that.
You can die from alcohol poisoning.
100%. I'm agreeing with you. But what you can't do is make fentanyl in this country, right? Because most of the fentanyl that is killing people are from foreign countries. Agreed? It's not medical fentanyl that's getting released on the streets. It's foreign fentanyl that's made from other countries that's getting smuggled in from other countries. Agreed?
Sure.
Okay. And fentanyl is a known crisis that is affecting most of the youth population that is killing a lot of people, at least in my generation. So with that said, though, that I have more friends who die of fentanyl overdose than any other drug.
I'm sorry to hear about your anecdotal story, and I'm sorry to hear about your
100%.
friends. I just don't care.
Well, anecdotal story is the only story that anyone can tell.
That's
right?
No, because you can actually explain something that has facts and evidence to back it up. The reason why anecdotes, I don't personally accept them, is because a lot of individuals don't realize or even speak them while also acknowledging that they have an internal bias that's already predetermined when they're telling their anecdote. Because see, I can say that I've had family members and friends that have unalived from meth overdose, right? And then where does that put us here?
No, that's not true. But that's not true. That's a false.
Oh, that's not
like
true. That's
saying
false.
have-
How do you know it's false?
Sure, we can look up the odds of you dying, your friends dying of meth, and we can look up the odds of your friends dying of fentanyl. We can look up your friends who die of cheese.
I just
For
wanna
example,
be
you can say you have
clear.
friends that die.
So you don't think that
You can
people
say you
die
have
from
friends-
meth overdose?
No, I'm saying the odds of you having friends that die of meth overdose.
I'm
because
just
meth
curious.
Is very,
If overdoses are a problem, then why did RFK, as the department head of Health and Human Services, make it so that Narcan couldn't be purchased?
again,
Or-
are we
no,
talking
Hart,
about meth
sorry,
or are we
he-
talking about fentanyl? Because
Narcan is
you
for.
just said you just
Oh
started
my
with a false narrative saying that anecdotal evidence
And
is
so
not.
did you. Okay, you're anecdotal. See, this is why I don't take anecdotal stories, is because you have an
Okay,
inherent
so
bias
we all
from
talk.
the start. Let me just
No,
finish
no, no,
my
no, no.
statement that I was saying and stop trying to interrupt me for
Sure,
2.5 seconds. All right,
sure. I'll
cool.
let you go ahead.
So, if overdosing on fentanyl or other opioids is such a huge deal, why did
Mhm.
the department head of HHS, which oversees the CDC, put out an advisory notice to ambulances that they should no longer carry Narcan, or emergency services should no longer carry Narcan on board, which has been proven to save lives when someone is experiencing an overdose?
Mhm. Okay. When was this?
Within the last week.
Within the last week. Again, I'm not head of that department. I can't explain for that department, and I'm
Okay.
not going to try
So then
to
why
explain
did
because
Donald
I'm not
Trump, do you
knowledgeable.
know Juan Hernandez?
Again, we're talking about borders and getting
Do you
illegal
know
drugs
Juan
over the.
Hernandez?
No, I do not.
Okay. Juan Hernandez is sorry guys, it's
Mhm.
Narcan. So sorry I said it with an M for the person that wants to get upset with me in the chat. Oh my gosh, T-Jazz. So sorry for your ears. Okay. Juan Hernandez is the foreign president of
Mhm.
Honduras that was convicted in a United States court of law of smuggling over 4 million tons of illegal substances into the United States, conspiring to do so.
Mhm. Continue.
Okay. Donald Trump just pardoned him, saying that it was a Democratic weaponization of the Department of Justice.
Mhm. So we're moving the goalposts.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
You are making a
Let's
claim that
stick on
Donald Trump.
subject.
Holy
So
for
let's
fuck's
stick on subject.
sakes.
Okay. I'm
Do you
listening.
not see how
Yeah.
somebody that was extradited into the United States
You're
that doesn't belong
again.
within the
You're
United
moving
States
the
absolutely?
You're strong arming and you're moving the goalposts. So let's stick to.
I just did with the former president of Honduras was complicit in smuggling illegal substances into the United States of America, was convicted of said crime under the previous administration, and Donald Trump pardoned him, saying a couple of things, right? So A, that it was a sham investigation done by the Department of Justice under the Biden administration, weaponized Department of Justice, ignoring the fact that, guess what, charges were filed in 2015, and then Emile Bove, who was Donald Trump's Department of Justice prosecutor within his first term, is the one that helped continue to find evidence and continue through the prosecution process to prove the case. And then B, Donald Trump said that Honduras wanted him back, and they were asking for him, like, hey, we love this guy. Please send him back to our country. We think he's awesome. He didn't do anything wrong. And then guess what? As soon as Donald Trump pardons him, the next day, the Attorney General of Honduras issues an international arrest warrant for Juan Hernandez. So if the man steps foot outside of the United States of America into any country that has extradition agreements with Honduras, he's going back to jail in his home country. So if Donald Trump cared so much about reducing illegal substances that come into the United States of America, why on earth would he pardon someone that brought in 400 million tons of illegal substances?
Okay, so let's go down this avenue, okay? Can we?
If you are answering me directly.
Yes, 100%. But with that said, I'm going to answer you 100% directly. We're going to go down this avenue. Let's play out. First off, we can both agree that anyone in charge of, whether political or view, we can both agree, anyone that smuggles drugs should be prosecuted. Agreed? We both can agree this, right?
Awesome.
Hello?
Everyone that is charged with a crime needs their day in court. They're all entitled to due process of the law in the United States of America.
Yeah. Again, we agree upon this, right? So we both can agree if he did this, he should be prosecuted. He should be put in jail. Agreed, right?
He was convicted by a jury
I'm-
and then sentenced
Okay.
by a judge.
We'll just get on the same page, okay? So we both have the same, we both can agree upon this, right? All right, with that said, we both agree, hey, he's an outside influence. He is a foreign person, and him himself is not smuggling these drugs, right?
Oh no, see, I don't think you realize that he was caught saying literally, let's make sure that we shove these substances into the gringos' noses. Like he literally, that's a part of the prosecution that was sent in there is literally a phone, or it was either a phone call or a text message. I can't remember which one, where there was intercepted, right? And he literally said, shove the drugs up the gringo's nose. Let's send this all into the United States of America. The dude was expressly explicit in the crime of
Yeah.
assisting drug smugglers getting illegal substances into the United States of America.
Okay, we agree. Anyone that smuggles drugs should be prosecuted and should be charged and should go to jail. It's not hard to agree with that, right? I'm agreeing with you, essentially. I agree. Anyone who is smuggling drugs should be prosecuted and should be detained, go jail, deported, or etc., right?
Are you getting to your point anytime soon?
Yeah. I just want to make sure because I don't know if we're getting cut off, so I stopped the pause. I'll apologize if you just want me to get to the point. So what I'm getting at is this. First off, this person, the Juan, I'm not going to bother saying his name, Sanchez, I want to say is.
Hernandez.
Hernandez. With that said, he did not smuggle these drugs. He is paying people to smuggle the drugs. He itself is not doing it. So the best way to stop him from smuggling drugs is to stop people smuggling drugs for him. I don't care.
Oh, gotcha.
How.
So we shouldn't ever.
I care of the wait. I care about the result.
Conspiracies. We shouldn't ever convict co-conspirators. Got it. Okay.
No. I said he should go to jail. I'm not excusing him. I can have both point of views. You can have both point of views. You can agree with Trump, believe it or not, and say, hey, man, I'm against people smuggling drugs, but I'm against Trump setting this particular guy free. That's fine. You're allowed to have that opinion. You're not going to get everyone in the hole. Sometimes you're going to miss your shot. Sometimes it's better to, let this person go because we're going to catch everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
I
we got away.
He was a director of the operation itself. He wasn't just somebody that was a co-conspirator. He literally assisted within the entirety of the operation. Again, this was a investigation that occurred and had been going on for 7 years.
No, I'm agreeing with you. He should be prosecuted.
He was prosecuted. He was convicted. He was sentenced, and then he was pardoned.
Oh, but he was pardoned.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I mean, hey, that's up to the president. That's in the president's power to pardon people, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
Okay.
Why does
And Bill
Trump keep
Clinton. And
pardoning?
I'm not.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
not going to try to move the goalposts or anything, but a lot of people pardon people for personal gains and personal reasons. That seemed irrelevant. I remember, and I was pretty young in the.
Wasn't me. My mouse is over here. This hand lifted up from here. Oh my gosh. That wasn't me, Devin. He clicked that on his own. Clicked that stuff all up on his own. Did I do that? Yeah. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? You're a kid. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you.
I don't talk no more.
No, dude, you got disconnected up by your phone. My hands were under
Okay.
my chin.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I apologize if it was my fault. If But all I was getting at was, presidents pardon people. I don't agree with all the pardons. And I'm not even saying I agree with Trump pardoning this guy. All I'm saying is the best way to stop illegal drugs to come in this country is to stop illegal people and people in general smuggling drugs over. And the issue is
actually, it would be to stop the people that are producing said drugs. It would be to stop the source, dude. You go to the source.
well,
That
we
would
can't
be-
control China.
It doesn't just come from China. Hello, the man was from Honduras.
I'm talking about fentanyl particularly.
I know that's
okay,
the only substance that you apparently believe people can overdose on.
No.
I'll just remind people that he basically believes that you can only overdose on Fetty, and it's fucking dumb. And he wouldn't have been okay with any Biden. No, he would not have been okay with any Biden pardons. Literally, I said, hey, I know people that have overdosed on meth after he was like, I have people friends and family that OD'd on Fetty. And I'm just like, how about meth? And he's like, that's not possible. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 27.
27. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Okay, so look, well, first off, I want to say, oh, my boy Christian, he's watching this, so, thanks for your support, Christian. But look, so here's my thing, right? Like, with the whole illegals thing, like, I don't think he should be ripping off people's clothes or anything like that. But we got to take care of our people, man. I mean, this is getting out of hand. This is getting crazy. Like, think about this, right? Like, how the hell are we letting people come in here illegally and we haven't taken care of our own people? Like, we can't. So let me get this straight. Like, somebody can come in here illegally, but I got to wait till I'm 18 to be able to drink or smoke a cigarette. Like, does that make sense to you? You know what I'm saying?
We let people come in here illegally?
Well, they come over here illegally and we pat them on the back and say, here, we'll give you benefits. We'll let you do this. Let's think about this.
That's actually not true. Are you familiar with the PRWORA of 1996?
All right, you do agree though? We do let a lot of like illegals come in here.
We don't
and just,
let
like,
them in,
be able to
sir.
coast in here, right?
We don't let them in, sir.
We don't send them back. How are they coming over here? So many illegals over here. California is written with them.
They come in through a non-port of entry, meaning that,
We don't
and then
stop
they're
it, though.
not.
You know what I'm saying? We don't stop it. We let them come in here.
We didn't let them come. So what you're telling me is that they walked by Border Patrol agents with a huge smile on their face, waving, and CBP was just like, with their guns, were like, all right, they good. And they just let them come in.
All right. If I don't come through your front door, but I come through your window and you're like, oh shit, like
You're comparing
you just
two
came
different
in here, but
crimes.
you don't say
Breaking and
anything?
entering is actually a felony, and you're referring to a misdemeanor. So anyway, that's
They're
not
breaking
comparable.
and entering into the country. Well, if that's
No,
because
they're
we
not.
prosecute it like that. Okay, well, I guess they're not doing anything illegal. So I guess if they come in here and are not citizens, but they reap all the benefits, I guess they're not illegal. I guess they're not taken away from the system. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Personal Responsibility Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act of 1996 explicitly prohibits states from being able to claim or get reimbursed for a singular penny that is spent on illegal, undocumented immigrants within their state that are funded by state programs. They are
So that's
getting
even worse.
no. How is that even worse? That guarantees
So
that states can't get federal money. Again, like everybody has this boogeyman head in like idea in their head that somehow federal money is funding all of these people coming across the southern border, the biggest boogeyman that's in your fucking head for whatever
somebody's money
reason.
is. It's our money. Our money is.
Holy for fuck's sake. Like, dude, okay. Let me try to run
Ari,
this
is that
down
not
for
true?
you. Let me try to run this down for you. Okay.
Somebody's money is funding them.
I'm gonna try to help you out with something. Again, let me ask you this question. When you're saying that they're allowed in, you're telling and they enter through a non-port of entry, you are telling me that they are walking by Customs and Border Patrol agents, smiling and waving, and Customs and Border Patrol is just standing there with their gun and they're just shrugging and being like, all right, what's up, bro? And just letting them in? That's what they're doing?
Nah, they're scrolling on TikTok and watching them come on in. I mean, like for real. Like, let's be honest. Even if they're not like going in that way, they're still coming in here,
So
right?
just
And
to
we're
be
just letting them
clear,
come in here.
CBP is watching them come in. Do you not
Okay, all
do you
right.
not
It's enough of
understand
them
how
in here, right?
ridiculous you sound? They are not let in. Letting implies that permission was given to them to come into the country.
Okay,
That
okay.
allowing
So
them
they're
in
not taken
implies
out
that
though.
permission is being
But
given.
they're not being taken out.
They
now
have
are. But they've
always
been in here for
been
how long?
deported, sir.
No, they have not. That is not true. They think about all the illegals in California. They have
Are
hotels.
you?
Bro, I lived in San Diego, so I know what's going on. They
I
have
lived in
hotels. They
San
have
Diego.
hotels.
I know what's going on. That's how you sound.
Okay, but I'm not wrong though. You can mimic my voice and do all that, but I'm not wrong.
Oh, that's
I'm
what
not
your
gonna
voice
stoop to
sounds
your
like?
level and make fun of
Fantastic.
you. Okay, but but you're still not proving my point wrong. You're just going
You
to
haven't
insult, but you
proved
haven't proved my point
anything.
wrong.
Again, so let me rehash what you said.
Okay,
You
all right,
said
if
that
one of them
people
comes in
are
illegally,
let in
there-
to come.
it's
They
one too
illegal
many.
immigrants are just let into the country. Again, that implies that we gave them permission to just come into the country through
We let them
non-ports of
stay.
entry, which is
Okay,
not
okay,
true.
right,
You've made a claim
right.
that they are taking all of our government's resources, which is not true.
I
gave
didn't
you
say
the
they're taking all of our
specific.
government
I gave
resources,
you
but
the
they're taking enough of
specific
them.
law, the year that it was given, and if you just literally
They're taking
Google
enough of them, bro.
PRWORA 1996 illegal immigrant, and you'll find the verbiage of the law and exactly what I gave to you. It's not that difficult. If you are so upset that sanctuary cities exist, California is a petition state. You can petition them to change the fucking law. I don't know if you realize this, but the 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution allows states to determine what laws they put in place for their own state. And if certain states choose to do so, and making it so that some of their state money, which comes out of only their state pocket, right, to go towards housing individuals within their state or within their city, wherever they so choose to be.
House them where? Somewhere where Americans could be living. We got too many veterans. We got a whole bunch of homeless people, and instead we're using those resources for people who shouldn't be over here because they didn't come over here the right way. Even if they're not walking by the agents, they're still over here, and they're coming in through back doors or wherever they're coming in, and we say, oh, yeah, you're here, and we just let them, we turn our heads. We don't say shit. And now people are doing stuff about it, and now it seems like you have a problem. Yeah, but yet I don't see any illegal staying at your
Again,
place. You're
everybody's
not
just
welcome them to
putting
stay at your
fucking
place,
words
so
in
I
my
guess
mouth
you're
today.
really
I
not
don't
that
know
worried
if you
about it.
realize this, but I don't like whatever words you want to put in my mouth that you act like I've said. I don't consent to doing so. Maybe just pop them on back on out and step away from me with your words that I didn't say. Again, I don't agree. Like, let me make this very clear for
It
everybody.
doesn't
And
seem
the
like you
peanut.
really agree or disagree on anything.
All
You
right,
haven't
that's
given
it.
me.
Here we go. Yep. Uh-huh. Cool. So here's what's up, okay? So, all right. I don't agree with people coming into the United States through non-ports of entry. I agree that they need to go through a legal process. All right. The thing is, what I also believe in is amnesty. Okay. So individuals that have been here for, let's say, 3, 5, 10 years, whichever way that the government decided to go about doing so, as long as they have never been accused of a crime even once, I believe that they should be granted amnesty and put back on a pathway to citizenship. I believe that is the best way to do it because according to the IRS.gov, they do not discriminate on the basis of legal status before they issue an ITIN, an individual taxpayer identification number. If someone is issued an ITIN, that means that they can develop a credit score, they can work and pay taxes. And guess what? If they pay taxes into the system, they don't get that money back until they are a legal citizen of the United States, or at least a legal resident, a legal immigrant with non-citizen status. They would be able to obtain benefits if they qualify under specific programs that are allotted to the legal immigrant system. Okay. And so that's why I agree in mass amnesty, because they're already here, they're already working, they're already paying into the system. So therefore, we should allow them to stay here, do the vetting after we've granted them amnesty. Again, as long as they haven't, again, this would have to be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. All right. Grant them amnesty, put them back on a pathway to citizenship, just like Donald Trump's favorite Republican president did, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan gave amnesty to 3 million undocumented illegal aliens. And also just the whole claim that they don't pay anything into the system is also untrue. Apparently, illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, they never work, they never go out to the store, they never buy anything. So I guess they just don't pay taxes in any way, shape, or form, according to individuals such as yourself. It's so silly, right? Because I don't know, do you guys not realize that when you go to a store, in almost all states, Montana is a weird state. Montana doesn't have sales tax, okay? They have sales tax that they pay every time they purchase anything, right, at the store. And when they go out and buy groceries, they are paying taxes to their county. They are paying taxes to their city, okay? Like, they're doing that. They're paying taxes no matter what they do, where they go. Also, friendly reminder to the TikTok mods, Aaron Michael has permission to utilize all caps because he is vision impaired. All right. So just all of this silly notion. And again, we don't let undocumented immigrants just come into the country. The fact that they've made it in here, the fact that they've come across the border through a non-port of entry means that they weren't seen, they weren't caught. If they made it all the way into the country to reside in a city, they weren't there. And as far as the immigrants that were put up in hotel rooms in places like San Diego, I'm not 100% familiar with, but specifically New York City, all of the ones that were sent to New York City, Chicago, were legal immigrants that were asylum seekers that came through the southwest border, right? And they were put on buses by fucking Greg Abbott of Texas, who then kept the money that the federal government sent to Texas in order to take care of these legal asylum seekers, and sent all of the immigrants to New York City in the middle of winter. All right. And then New York City had to turn around and put them in housing because they didn't want them to have their streets full of people dying in the middle of winter. Okay. We also have the fact that guess who else participated in a program very similar to this, except he sent them to Los Angeles, right? So that's why I'm not sure where you're getting San Diego from. Ron DeSantis of Florida did a very similar thing with asylum seekers, that he sent them across the country after he was given money to the state of Florida by the federal government to help house them. And instead, they kept the money in the state coffers and all of this thing, right? And then not to mention the fact that the hotel, like the primary hotel that people were placed in, the Roosevelt Center that everybody cries about in New York City, was condemned and had been shut down 2 years prior to it being utilized to house immigrants. Okay? Like, I don't understand what everybody's obsession is, especially an individual like you with immigrants. It's very weird. And yeah, Martha's Vineyard was also shut down, right? Or you, sir, your obsession with me and my personal life, okay? But I do hope you have a good night with you screaming into the void that entire time. Yes, Julia, I do like my desk. I haven't moved everything over to it because it's a lot to reset up my entire setup, and I haven't had the time to do it. Yeah, exactly. Asylum seekers are vetted before they're even allowed into the country, and they go through the court system. Ask him why Trump lets this happen then. Oh, dude, he's probably going to believe, and I'm sorry I didn't get to ask that. He's probably going to say, well, Trump says that illegal crossings are down to like 0. So, thank you, Cup of Joe, for the hundo. Phantom says, I need a raise, another vacation. I'm pretty good, but hey, I'll always take a raise and another vacation. All right. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? You're a kid. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? How old are you? All right. Well, we'll just continue on then, speaking about other things. All right. Well, I do appreciate that, Phantom. Oh, so much. Oh, let's see. Is this someone that's a real person? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Awesome. How old are you? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I just see that we have 666 followers on Twitch. So let's get a round of Hail Satan in all of the chats. How old are you? 30. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? Okay. And what has Donald Trump done in his 11 months in office that has earned your continued support?
I mean, just the basic stuff as far as the stock market's hitting a record high.
Okay. Can you tell me exactly? Well, I like taking it one
Like
point
you
at a
look up the
time,
NASDAQ
if
or anything like
possible.
that.
Okay. All right. Can you tell me, does the president, what specifically has the president done to affect the stock market?
So he's actually brought in right now, it's about $19.5–20 trillion from foreign investment.
How does $19.5 trillion?
About $19.5–20 trillion, yeah.
Okay. How does bringing in $20 trillion in promised investments increase the stock market?
I mean, obviously everybody feels comfortable investing in America again. So it's going to be countless new jobs.
Okay.
I mean,
Countless
there's all kinds of-
new jobs. What was the
And on top of
unemployment rate for September of 2025 on the BLS data that was released November 12th, 2025?
That's a real specific question. I could not tell you for that day.
4.4%. It's not for that day, sir. It's just the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We also know from ADP, who does their own private job loss report or private jobs report, that in the month of November, the private job market lost 32,000 jobs, which means that they're accounting. I don't know if you realize how the job numbers work well in these things.
Works,
okay.
when you,
So when they
when you get
look
rid
at
of
the
all the
job
illegal
market, they're
workers.
talking about the overall net loss So they're taking in all new jobs added, and then the jobs that were lost are considered vacant or laid off, furloughed, etc., whatever. And then they deduct those two numbers, and that's how they deduct the job losses, right, from the added jobs or the new jobs posted. And then that's how they determine that it was a negative 32,000 jobs. 32,600, I believe, was the exact number according to the ADP's job report. Since, the
I guess.
government hasn't issued a report for October nor for November, they're not issuing it until December 16th, which is next Tuesday. But either way, the unemployment rate
I mean,
has
when you
steadily increased this year.
when,
And just
when you're
in the
steadily deporting
manufacturing, sorry, I don't know if you've ever looked at the Bureau of Labor Statistics job report, but they don't count illegal immigrants, sir.
yeah, they're not going to report that, obviously. But when you have 15 landscapers and you're paying 5 of them under the table, you still technically have 15 workers, and that's going to get reported when you say how many people are working for your landscaping company. So yeah, they count in that number. They may not be paying taxes and whatnot, but they are counting in that number.
You're that dense, huh? Okay, so I just want to be clear. So somebody just agreed with me that they don't. Do you know what the unemployment rate measures?
Let me counter.
What is the unemployment rate measure? What is the unemployment rate measure? Does the unemployment rate measure exactly how many jobs are open in the United States of America when I say unemployment rate's at 4.4%? Or is it perhaps measuring the number of people within the United States of America's population that is unemployed? So how on earth, if I tell you that it's a 4.4%, how on earth,
And do you realize
how
our
on
census
earth
works?
is it
Do you realize
that
how our census works, right?
you're not diverting me. Thank you for trying though.
Okay.
Do
okay.
you
So
okay.
do you
Oh
realize how our
god.
census works, right?
Okay, so you just
don't
want to
have-
divert and pivot, so we're just going to go ahead and do this for you. All right? Okay. So, again, when it comes to the Bureau of Labor Statistics data, and we're talking about unemployed persons within the United States of America, just the fact that you've already previously acknowledged, right, that you've already acknowledged that the unemployment rate does not account for undocumented or illegal citizens. So you even bringing up the Census Bureau is a non-starter. That's the way that's determined is already written into the United States Constitution. So I guess if you have a problem with that, you need to reach out to your Congress member and try to make it a constitutional amendment. And I'm sure you don't even know what it takes to actually pass a constitutional amendment, okay? But when we go back to the unemployment rate and we're looking at the fact that it's 4.4%, if all of these people were being deported and you're saying that somehow illegal immigration has a net effect on the unemployment rate increasing, I guess they would have had to stay in the country long enough for them to report that they're unemployed, for them to count towards the unemployment rate. But we know that's not happening. So somehow you're telling me that Donald Trump's Bureau of Labor Statistics is tallying up everybody that is actively being deported out of the United States of America to increase the unemployment rate in the United States. Is that what you're telling me?
Yo, Jesus, have a civilized conversation, but you don't have to yell about everything.
I will
Tell
take
me,
that
I'll
as a
counter you.
yes.
One thing,
Just saying, for somebody that has asked me a couple times in the chat, and I'm not being fussy with you, okay? I promise you. All right? In the TikTok chat, do I like Dean and Parker? They're very smart young gentlemen, okay? Very smart. I do tune into them sometimes. They're very smart. Sorry, guys. He just was not engaging in the conversation. Oh, he was the entire time. The entire time. He was still chippy-chapping away. And yes, I said it that way on purpose. Well, thank you, Dean. I appreciate that. Ooh, Oh, you guys gave me 3 new follows on Twitch, so now it's no longer 666. But thank you. We're on the road to 700, so I appreciate that. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you? Giddy up.
I'm sorry. I'm 38. My bad.
Giddy up.
You broke up there for a second.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Thank you so much, Dagger, for the 100 over on the Blue app. Says that towards my next therapy appointment, it's crazy how these shitters can still support Trump. I'll read the rest in a moment. All right. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am. I'd probably, instead of rattling off a lot of points, I'd continue the conversation about.
I like to start a
his
fresh
progress.
conversation with each person. If you just want to continue a conversation that somebody else started,
Sure. I support
it's not
Donald
for
Trump his
here.
progress in the economy.
For the progress of the economy. Okay. What's the
for his
CPI
progress-
date
for
or
his-
the CPI
for
rate
his-
right now?
For his progress within this economy. I just want to clear what I said. I
Oh,
know I may be
within
breaking
the
on you.
economy. Okay. What's the inflation
Sure.
rate right now?
If I remember right, the inflation rate was somewhere around 8%. I'm not really sure that's a Donald Trump issue, but you probably have that stat in front of you. I'm driving. What is it?
The inflation for September 2025, because we don't have the data for October or November, is year over year up 3%, month over month up 0.3% as well.
And while you have it there, what was it in like?
I don't have it in
Q1,
front of me.
January? Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm sorry. I don't remember all the stats. I'm not.
Inflation
ready to be quizzed,
rate
but
in September of 2024 was 2.4%. That's why they
September of
measure it as a month
2024,
over month.
2.4%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a percent higher today than it was a year ago when
It's up
Donald Trump got elected?
3% higher. Yeah, inflation's increased 3% since September of 2024, month over month. Yeah, year over year. Sorry.
Fair enough. What would be the cause of that inflation? You think? I mean, you would say it was Donald Trump did that, or
Direct cause, yeah, his economic policies, his tariff policies.
taking in tariffs caused inflation?
Yes, sir. When tariffs, so let me just give you an example. We have a 15% tariff on a country like Japan. When a good is sent, and it's on imports from Japan, right? So when a Japanese good is sent to the United States, who pays that 15% tariff to the United States government?
I would imagine the consumer would be where you would be heading. The consumer would pay
That's
the
the
difference of the
consumer
cost.
pays the United States government. No, that's not what I asked.
No.
Let's try this again.
Ultimately, in the end, right? What
Nope,
we're saying
that's
is,
not
like,
where
if
I'm
the
going
tariff
to.
goes up-
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
my
wanna
bad.
start with something. Okay. So there's this
Sure.
box that it seems like you have me in. We're gonna take off the lid, okay? And you're going to take me out of the box.
We're good. I didn't take you into a box, love. I'm
Like
sitting
you
here
have
talking,
never had
and
a
I misunderstood
conversation
where
with
we
me
were taking it.
before. And we're gonna start this
Fair enough.
conversation fresh, okay?
Fair enough.
Thanks, Neely.
So you have
So who
15%.
pays if we have a 15% tariff on a country like Japan?
Sure.
Who is paying that 15% to the United States government on those imports?
I would assume whoever, and I guess this may be probably a much deeper legal question. There's probably lawyers that only specialize in how tariffs work. But I would assume that Japan or the manufacturers within Japan, depending on how that works, I don't know, but would be paying that to the United States government, correct? Right? Like, whether
So
it be,
you're saying
is
the exporter
payment coming from
or
the
the
company
foreign
that, sure,
government? I just
or is
want to
that tariff
clarify
on the
to
importer? Is it on the people that receive the goods? Like that, I'm sure that there's a lot of different ways that tariffs are implemented, It could be on the receiver side. It could be on the shipping side. Hell, there could be taxes on the middleman because it stops
Guys,
in a
we should
port
already be at
on the way here, right?
150,000
I
likes,
don't. I'm not an
realistically
expert in how
175
that
to
goes
get
out,
to the like goal.
or what
So
that
guys,
is.
be double tapping the screen, and if you're new, hit that follow button. Yes, so it is United States importers that pay that 15% tariff cost to the United States government on anything that they bring in from a foreign country or whatever that percentage is on those countries for their exports, the imports coming into the United States, right? So what they export to us that we import in, right? So it's always on the
I'm sure there are
United
those
States
arrangements.
government.
There's
Or
a
sorry,
lot
United
of
States
ways
imports.
that think that there's a lot of ways goods are taxed from, the origin of this country to, or the origin place all the way to how it receives to the final consumer. God knows everything's taxed up and down, left and right. This is something that's gone on since the beginning of man, right? I mean, they've been taxing. Caesar's been taxing for a long, long time, right? So I don't know what necessarily why that would be a direct relationship to inflation. Inflation would be like the buying power of the dollar, not the cost of goods.
No, that is not what inflation is at all.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
know what
Let's
inflation
do-
measures?
Well, let me make sure I'm not mistaken on that real quick. But let's see, what is the definition of inflation?
Inflation
General increase in price of
measures.
goods and services over time, meaning meaning your money buys less than it used to. So the value of the dollar.
Nope, that's not
is-
it.
is-
I asked you
is what inflation
specifically,
is.
do you know what inflation measures? I didn't ask you
Yeah,
what inflation is. What does inflation measure? Inflation measures the
Buying
rate
power.
at which, no, it doesn't measure buying power. Inflation measures the rate at which cost of goods, so the products, right? The rate at
Sure.
which products are increasing in price or decreasing in
amazing.
price. Like that's what inflation
You're
measures.
basically you're what you're saying is the same thing I'm saying.
No,
right?
it's not.
So
It's not at all.
okay.
The
Okay,
buying
for
power
instance,
is
you used to be able
different.
to buy a horse for $1, right? I'll give you a prime example. In 1964, a gallon of gas was 25 cents, right? In 2025, it's let's say $3.50. Okay, so a gallon of gas is 25 cents in 1964. Today it's $3.25. In 1964, we had a silver quarter. It was 90% silver.
Just so you know,
Today,
inflation
that
measures
same
year over
silver-
year and month over month. It doesn't measure over 60 years or
I
decades.
don't interrupt you.
Dude, you've
So
been
today,
interrupting
that
me the
same
entire
silver quarter-
time. Holy.
I don't think I have. The same silver quarter is worth $3.25 today. That's inflation. Now, if you just saved a quarter in 1965 and you wanted to use it, it's still 25 cents.
Guys,
But
if
the
you
buying
just save
power of
that
that
quarter
dollar is-
from
or that quarter is decreased
1965,
because of inflation.
it'd still be
So
worth that
that's what
25
inflation
cents.
is.
I just want to help you
Inflation
out
has
with
to do
that,
with
okay?
buying
So
power
I
of
hope
the
you're
dollar.
saving that
Now,
quarter,
look, you
because in the
measure
next
that on
50
cost of
years,
goods,
it's still going to
but
be worth
inflation
that
has to do with
25
buying
cents,
power of the
all
dollar.
right? And I just want to say, thank
Now,
you
for
so
instance,
much, the
if you
Rodway, for
wanna,
that
decrease the
$50
value,
super
say I can
chat
get a
over
gallon
on
of
the
milk for
tubes. Can we
$3
get
today.
some huge
And
W's
tomorrow,
for
we
Rod?
print
And also, let's not forget huge
twice as
W's
much
for
money
Dagger
as what
in
we
the
printed
chat
in
for the
last,
100, okay?
270 years.
Oh
280
my
years, whatever it's been
goodness.
since the
I
United States
just,
has been a thing.
guys, you're
All of a
welcome,
sudden,
Dean. I'm
there's
here
twice
for
as
it.
much supply
So
of
I just
money.
want to let
Now
y'all
that same
know
gallon of
that
milk
some
is
people, and
$3.
I don't mean this
So
derogatory,
printing
and I don't
money
mean this
is
in a
the
rude
number
way,
one way
but I
that
really
we cause
wish,
inflation.
okay,
And by the way,
I
we did that
really
under the
wish
Biden
people would get
administration. We
back to saying,
printed
I
twice
don't
as much
know,
money
in
as what had
response to
ever
a
been
question
printed in the
that
United
they
States
don't
history.
know the answer
We
to.
doubled the
I
amount of
wish
cash,
I knew
which cut
why
the
it was
value
so
of the dollar in
difficult
half.
to just say,
So
I
that would
don't
probably be
know,
a big
an
factor
answer
of
to a
inflation.
question.
So
You
heading
know,
that
like
off
it
and
just
coming
makes
into a
no
year with
sense to
heading that
me.
on your
If
plate, I
you
think
don't
you would
know,
probably
just
expect to see a little
say,
bit of
I don't
inflation.
know. It's
So, and I
quite
appreciate you
simple.
letting me get that point out. Go ahead with your response.
Okay. So when tariffs are imposed on a foreign country, right? What we see a lot of the time, and we've had numerous companies announce that they would be increasing the prices of their goods at the stores in order to offset the price of or the cost that they're bearing on their shoulders of imports. Because not only is the fact that Donald Trump put blanket tariffs on all of these countries across the world, right? But he also did away with the de minimis clause, which allowed imports that were valued under $800 to be exempt from a tariff. So meaning even Joe Smith down the road from me, if he's buying a tea kettle set from Japan, right? Like a specific Oriental style tea kettle set that he just wants there because it's all from there, it's authentic. Even though that only cost him $120 because it's porcelain, etc., all of the good stuff, all right? Even though it only cost him $120 and that's all it's valued at, he now has to pay 15% tariff on that product to the United States government. And if he was ever to looking at selling it, he would have to consider the cost of raising that, right? But what we see is it's negatively impacting small businesses. We see that Chapter 11 bankruptcies have increased for the year of 2025. And this is from our own government data, right?
Oh,
Small
they're
businesses.
record high
See,
right
you
now.
see how you just interrupted me? Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So
No, I
we
agree. I
see
was just agreeing with
companies
you. I said I agree. Their
increasing in filing
bankruptcies
claims
are
of
at an all-time
bankruptcy.
high.
Part of that is because they're no longer able to afford doing business. And a lot of them realize that they're not able to just completely continue to raise their prices on their goods because small businesses, unfortunately, when they increase their prices, they're not able to competitively price anymore to the larger corporations that can sort of offset the cost of tariffs in a different way because they can price it just a little bit higher to offset it over because they've imported thousands of the same product in, whereas a small business might only be able to import 200 of that same product in at a time, and they're paying it for it each time. Whereas with under the de minimis rule, if it was under $800, they could import it without any tariff fee being paid to the United States government and keep their prices low. Blanket tariffs, so tariffs on every single country known in existence on things, are not good. They do not work that well, okay? So the issue with all of this, all right, is the fact that every single thing is import. Like we do not have all of the necessary items within the United States of America to produce on our own, to completely manufacture something start to finish 100% only in the United States of America. So we see that small pieces of a product are coming from other countries. And in order to offset that cost of tariffs, again, they do raise their costs, right? The other thing, the best part that I love right now about tariffs, right, is the fact that Donald Trump has actually had to admit, without saying it himself, because he would never say that he's done something wrong, okay? He would never say that he's done something wrong, but he did have to admit in some way, shape, or form that tariffs are in fact affecting affordability and inflation because he stopped tariffs on items like coffee, because there's only one place in the entirety of the United States of America that can produce coffee beans, and that's Hawaii. Hawaii does not have the resources nor the landmass to sufficiently supply the entirety of the United States populace that drinks coffee with said coffee. Okay, he lowered it on specific goods that you buy at the grocery store as well, which again is him acknowledging that tariffs do cause.
I want a clarification on that point. I'm asking a question real quick. I know you run on, but like, let's stop there for a second for the coffee thing. So he amended it to change it because that particular section was kind of made aware that it was more of a harm than a good, and he amended that part. And probably that's probably an ongoing thing. But I mean, like on that one right there, it was like, hey, we need to make an adjustment here. Is that what you're saying happened?
Oh, yeah, but he did it without ever
Oh,
acknowledging that it does, in fact, increase the cost of goods.
oh well, I mean, you and I can both agree, and I'm sure that anybody any intelligent person now, whether he acknowledges publicly or whatever, that's beside the point. I don't care about Donald Trump's ego, right? And I think that's what rubs a lot of people wrong, right? But I definitely, you and I could both agree that like tariffs absolutely affect the end user. That's where I went. I mean, I kind of fast forward, and then you said I was putting you in the box. I was like, I know tariffs affect the end user, the consumer, right? And like that, all taxes do. It's unfortunate. All taxes. It doesn't matter how you want to put it. They the consumer pays for it, and that's their cost. And those things are constantly adjusted and changed, and politicians like to use them as standing pedestals to stand on and say, oh, I'm going to lower taxes, or the rich aren't paying enough, we need to tax them more, and they use these
Well, guys, we're right back at it again, where I'm not quite sure what's happening anymore, but he's just going on to going on. I think good sir here likes to just hear himself talk, okay? So we'll just be very clear here, all right? We know for a fact that Donald Trump has had to at least quietly acknowledge to himself that tariffs are in fact quite inherently inflationary. Jerome Powell, right? He is the head of the Federal Reserve. Am I right? I think y'all know this, right? I do disagree personally with his decision to lower his said here interest rate down by 0.25%. And so I don't think that that's a good thing. All right. But however, it did happen. All right. But even with all of his speeches that Jerome Powell gives, he does clearly tell within his speeches that he's doing it simply because that unemployment rate is continuing to increase. And he is aware that it is likely going to continue to drive up inflation. And it is something that's just kind of a shot in the dark that they gotta try, okay? And so that's just kind of what Jerome Powell was doing with said lowering of the interest rates. And again, like, I'm not sure I really agree with it, because I don't. It is just kind of what happened, though. So we do know that. I mean, yes, sir. If Kang, if somebody wants to drop a galaxy for him, I'm happy to do so. Okay, I agree, Dagger. I agree. I'm just, I'm just doing things to be doing the things, and I'm not like, golly, goodness me, goodness sakes. Let's just try to. We're gonna put up one of these here things. Gosh, and if he wants to keep going on about that said value of the dollar, I just want to give him a reminder that the value of the dollar is down, and also, sorry, I did freak out a little bit, okay? The value of the dollar is down, and our credit rating on the world market is also down, and I don't see how anyone can consider that a good thing. So we're just gonna put this up here. I think I missed. Oh no, maybe did that hit the goal? I think I just missed that. Feisty. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Sir, you have been voted off the island. I hope you have a great night. Well, Neely, I did it politely, at least politely enough. I said that he was voted off the island. I think that was nice. I think that was good. Hey, yo, welcome in all the new members. Also, guys, if you haven't already, join the Discord. Join the Discord. I have no idea. 13 dot, if I'm being honest. So what I tend to do is just turn down the volume so I can't hear them. I'm sorry that you guys could still hear him just yippee yappy away. And also, Cup of Joe Biden, Maganomics. Yeah, it just kind of how it keeps going. But just remember, guys, hail Satan and W Rod, W Dagger. I gotta finish reading what Dagger said explicitly or in totality. Towards your next therapy appointment, is crazy how these shitters can still support Trump, especially after his racist rant regarding Omar and the Somalians. Oh, they don't care about that, Dagger. We know that it just gave them the green light to go ahead and just be racist. Lee says they're hopeless. They are. And I just want to point this out to somebody that wants to like argue real quick. Okay. So Rochi, I don't know who you are. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for participating in the live. Also 6-7. If you're on Twitch, you understand. We have 670 followers now on Twitch. No, I'm actually not just doing this to get fooling people into paying for subs. I want to switch over to more educational lives, and actually we're working on that right now. So that's actually in the works, and this actually just people that sub, become members, send super chats, send bits, send gifts over on TikTok. You guys hit that follow button, right? Send direct donations to me. This actually just continues to help support me doing this every single day, because actually what I am doing is I'm providing a form of entertainment. If you don't agree with the entertainment, then I suggest that you scroll on. The other thing is going to be like, I'm not here to argue. I do want to have a genuine conversation. I can't have a genuine conversation with somebody that is also ignoring facts. All right? Not to mention he was actively driving while Googling on looking things up, and I don't think that that's a good thing. All right? Oh, let's see. You had another thing to add. Let's see. Try listening more and educate in a nice way instead of attacking personally. Please tell me how I attacked him personally. I don't know if you guys realize this. Actually, I know for a fact that a lot of you don't know this. I'm from the South, all right? Me pulling out a Southern accent in the way that I choose to do so is not me attacking somebody personally. I can put on any accent that I so choose, right? That I want to try. I can't do a Boston accent. I that one I can't do. All right. But if you want me to try something else, I can actually talk like a kid, be high pitched. Would that feel better for you? Would that make you feel like I was not like making fun of him more? I didn't attack him personally at all, and I really hope that helps you understand. A personal attack is saying, hey, you, guy on the phone, you're STUPID, or something like that. That would be a personal attack. Me doing a voice impersonation, as I so choose to do so, in a way that doesn't hurt my voice, is not attacking someone. Okay? Does that help? You an understanding? Like, I'm not even trying to be mean to you right now. I'm just trying to explain this to you a little bit better. I think that this voice is a little bit more difficult to listen to than the other voice that I was in, where I was acting like I'm from the South, because hello, I grew up in the South. All right? So again, that's not me mocking him. This one is just easier to listen to than doing a high-pitched voice where I sound like freaking Minnie Mouse. Or Tickle Me Elmo. Okay? God. So, okay. Hold on. Let me read this one. Hold on. See if it's up here. What's been from the South got to do with it? Imitating how people talk, who you call isn't the way to get them to your way of thinking. Okay. Again, I wasn't imitating the way he talks. I was saying that doing a Southern voice like this is just easier to listen to than trying to talk like Minnie Mouse. This is high-pitched. It's annoying even for me to listen to. Would you prefer I do, we gonna make biscuits? How about, blue punch bottle, would it have made you feel better if I acted like I was talking like Stitch and say, Ohana, everybody come together. Ohana, Ohana. Would that make you feel better if I just talk in a different way? Because that would make it seem like I'm not making fun of somebody. I have to do a voice that suits you. I can't really say that I have more that I can do. The thing is, I do enunciate too much on my words, and it kind of comes through, and I can't. Like, that's why I'm like, I can't do a Boston accent because I enunciate too much. Feisty, someone over on the Twitch side is very mad at me, and I don't know what to do. I mean, I do know what I do, but it's just Well, it's just fun. This is not your first time here, Dean. You might have forgotten, but you've been here before, and you've been here for a long time. You know, at midnight, that's a good point too. Chatter does understand that an accent is not a speech impediment, right? If somebody intentionally talking in a southern accent offends you, you can stop talking in a southern accent anytime you want. That is true. I can turn it off. Hold on. Everyone, listen to Roachy. He'll show you how educated English oppressors and imperialists debate. Yeah, sure, you betcha. Okay. So I just want to be like clear. Yeah. I do provide sources for everything that I do, and I also encourage anybody to fact check me. And there have been many, many times that I have fully admitted when I've been wrong on live, because I have no problems admitting that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I don't have an issue admitting that. Oh, see, so Roachy, like we were actually just having this discussion in my server today. That I think that the way that our political system is currently running is not a good thing in any way, shape, or form, right? The two-party system has absolutely ruined the American political system 100%. 100%. I think I put this one up here. They're hopeless. They are. Okay. Well, I don't really know. I doubt I'm going to get anyone else. There's like nobody in that chat. So Tiki Talkers, stay around. If you guys are new and you haven't hit that follow button, go ahead and hit that follow button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. After you've hit those buttons, hit that bell icon and make sure you get notified when I go live. For now, I'm going to say goodnight over on the tubes. Y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday night. I'll be back on live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you everybody so much for being here. Thank you for the new members. W Feisty for the gifted subs. Thank you for all the super chats. I do appreciate you so much. Y'all have a good night.